Good morning.
Hi, from beautiful San Francisco, California. I'm Kim.
I'm Brad.
And we're with 626 Ohana, California. Today we are in port in San Francisco. But before that, please don't forget to like and subscribe and follow along with our Ohana.
So we're on day 3 of our cruise.
Yeah. Oh, and Brad, just to point out, he wanted to make sure he brought his LA Dodger hat with us.
Yeah,
so
we're in the town of the enemy.
So we'll see. But no, actually, a lot of times we just get into fun conversations with Giants fans about the differences. So we are going to just hang around the pier. We're not going to do as much as a lot of tourists would do here because it's easy for us to catch a quick flight up and we want to spend more time on the ship.
And also there's things that we like to do, but we want to go experience them with Hayden when he's with us. Yeah. So again, we're close enough that we can come up here to San Francisco and go do Alcatraz and the Disney Museum with him, which he really would want to do with us.
Are you guys seeing, just to make sure you guys see, from our veranda, we woke up to this beautiful view. Not a bad way for us to have had some coffee and breakfast. We're gonna go explore the pier and let's go. We'll see you in a bit because we're gonna go disembark.
Okay, we'll see you in a little bit.
This is a quick 5-minute walk to Alcatraz landing.
Yeah, that was really quick. And we're on the Fisherman's Wharf, which is just right over here. Literally another few minute walk. Alrighty, we just got done with our experience on
the Flyer San Francisco.
So that was fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was a good intense. It was the seats move and you're flying and there's a story that you follow that takes you through a tour of San Francisco.
Yeah, we don't want to run the story for you, but it was a lot of fun.
And they have a lot of cool air and you feel like you're flying and you have a lap belt. But it feels like there's nothing underneath your feet as you're going around.
Yeah, but there is something underneath your feet, don't worry.
There is, but it's just kind of, it feels like you're flying.
But it's a lot of fun. It's something that I would recommend.
It's fast paced, it's exciting, and it was a good way to see a city because there's no way we're going to see it all in a few hours.
So yeah, if you get a chance, actually go try and do it. This is fun.
Yeah, and everybody's really friendly. You do wear 3D glasses while you do this experience.
Yeah, and also if you do get motion sickness, it might be a little too intense for that. Okay, so we just got done eating lunch at Pier Market?
It was Pike Market.
No, it's Pier Market.
Anyways, I would find somewhere else for seafood.
It was just okay.
It was okay, but being someone that really likes seafood, I would try something else.
Yeah, it was, my fish and chips, it was a little doughy and, you know.
Sourdough bread for San Francisco, I expected a little bit more. Clam chowder wasn't that great.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that...
Yeah, and maybe other stuff on the menu would have tasted better. But, and even shrimp cocktail, which is really hard. I don't know, they put a seasoning on it that was different.
Yeah, that's the problem when you do eat at these places on the piers and stuff. Sometimes they're hit and miss. And we've gone to some of them that have been excellent, and this one just happens to be, it's just there.
Yeah, so try it. Well, like I said, it could be just what we ordered. We're back to the Wonder. It seems bigger here than it did in San Diego. the Wonder does. Really enjoying the ship.
So we came back to our room and found some maple popcorn. And
It looks like a Toy Story blanket.
for the Member Cruise. Oh, it's the Toy Story 4.
Which is cool because we saw little Bo Peep. Okay, so it says, we learned a lot about Canada during our time today in beautiful Victoria, which is interesting because we're in San Francisco. We discovered, for example, that O Canada didn't officially become its national anthem until 1980. That lacrosse, not hockey, is the country's official sport. Whoa, my mind is blown. And that maple is delicious on just about everything. As proof, Disney Vacation Club is pleased to present this maple popcorn from the good people at Jakeman's, who've been making magic with maple since 1876. Not to be confused with 1867, when Canada became a country. We really did learn a lot today.
We're doing a video a little late. This is from yesterday.
Last night.
Unfortunately, when I got back to the ship and we did some things, I ended up feeling very ill.
Yeah. And
we were on our way. So I didn't do a lot of this stuff. So we'll start with our day at the beginning.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Go through. So
we got up. We had breakfast and we had it delivered to the room, which is a great day in port to kind of get ready and eat and get out of the room to where we're going.
And to be fair, we have not had breakfast in any of the dining rooms yet or anything because it's just for us, it's easier to have coffee and I have a bagel with cream cheese.
Yeah, we're not big breakfast
people.
And with the pace of this trip, it really hasn't been feasible yet. We'll probably do it on the day that we disembark.
Yeah, and this just allows us to get ready and get going. So we did that, and then we basically exited the ship. We waited a little bit until everybody, so the rushes were gone.
We walked off, no lines, and then kind of a cool surprise when we went into port was Bo Peep from Toy Story 4 was doing meet and greets in the port terminal so we could take pictures.
Yeah, so we got some pictures of Bo Peep with her, and that kind of was setting the tone of what was going to come later that night. So, anyways, we ended up walking down to Pier 39 in San Francisco.
Yeah, Fisherman's Wharf.
Fisherman's Wharf. Really, it was only about a 10-minute walk from where we docked at the boat, the ship.
Oh.
Oof. Yeah. So from the ship, and we ended up doing
Flyer San Francisco, which we put in our thoughts afterwards.
Yes, and that was great. And it's something I would recommend go ahead and doing.
Especially because we wanted to spend more time on the ship that we didn't get to go around and see the whole city. Matter of fact, even now in hindsight, I'm not even sure we should have got off the ship.
I think it was worth it for that, even if we just went down there and then came back. I think that would have been worth it. Then after that, we ended up having lunch, and unfortunately, I think this was my down point. After I had a fish and chips, and it was really doughy, as I said in my review, and I'm wondering if it was fully cooked.
I don't know. Lunch, I wouldn't recommend where we went. No. I would find another place on the pier. Our
service wasn't that great. No. It was, it's just.
And we're actually pretty easy to please, but we're going to tell you if we don't really particularly enjoy it. Okay, so moving on from the day is that we went over to escape Alcatraz, which I had fun. I think they build it up to be really super scary, but it seems mild in comparison when you're used to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, it wasn't. I was literally, okay. Every time they try to scare it. And I even Halloween Horror Nights, I kind of scared the cast there because I don't get scared at them.
Yeah, but I usually get scared at Halloween Horror Nights. This didn't really scare me too much. But it was a really interesting way to find out some of they walked through a history.
Kind of that dark side history of San Francisco. So it was interesting that way.
And then at the end, they have like a little, like a I don't know, it's just a couple feet like drop ride, and then you've escaped out.
I would say like 6 feet maybe at most.
Yeah, it's not very far up.
So
all of us were like, oh,
okay,
that's it.
No, yeah.
So if you're expecting a big drop ride, it's not a big drop ride.
So if you do I would say if you do have time, I thought they did have an offer for, we paid $25 per ticket for ours for just to do that, but they had an offer where $30 you could do Madame Tussauds. Yeah. If you're trying to find something to fill that time, I would say go ahead and just do that.
It was so fun, and the actors were good, and you did learn.
Yeah,
in a fun way.
But it'd be something I probably only do once.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I don't regret doing it.
Yeah. So other than that, then we walked back to the ship. And that's pretty much our day inside San Francisco.
Yeah, and then we came back really... Oh, I went to the rainforest room again up at Sensa Spa and enjoyed just some time to kind of shut my eyes, and we walked a lot yesterday. So it was kind of nice to have the heated seats and kind of work out some sore muscles.
Yeah, and we after that ended up going to... so we did the presentation, and where they were talking about a little bit more about the Riviera resorts and a couple of new things that were coming up for DVC. I don't think it was any new information that hasn't been out there.
Right. So a big part of our day yesterday
was doing something very exciting.
We saw a sneak peek of Toy Story 4, if you can imagine.
Yes, and we were just thinking we're going to be getting just snips and bits and pieces of the making of it, how they did it.
We saw the first 20 minutes, and then they would tell us some of the plot and show us little 5-minute blurps here and there.
So we got probably about 45 minutes of the film in.
It was a lot.
And let me tell you, the first 20 minutes is going to keep you... It's definitely typical Toy Story movie. And
we'll tell you a little bit real quick, is they go back and they go to a point where the toys are still with Andy. And then they develop a new story out of that.
And they can kind of progress its way up, but it's... Yeah. We don't want to ruin it for out of respect for Disney, what they did.
And for you guys too.
To watch it. But definitely, this is going to be a really good Toy Story movie. And they introduced us to the new character.
Forky.
Forky, if you can see Forky.
Smile. Forky.
So we got Forky here. And so Forky kind of explains how he comes to be. And his new role in Toy Story.
And in a way, the only thing I will tell you real quick is, in a way, when he comes into being a part of the toy family, is that Woody kind of takes him underneath his arm, if you will, and kind of mentors him through. Yes.
So it's, kind of one of these things. It's a good movie. It's just good, and it's a new character.
They had actually several new characters.
And there's one new character that I would put under, maybe kind of under the Lotso Bear. The Lotso Bear type of character that they introduced in.
Her name's Gabby Gabby, and she is one scary lady.
I think her henchmen are more scary.
Oh, yeah, they are.
If you think the old ventriloquist dummies, that's her henchmen.
Okay. For a second, it turned a little dark, and everybody's like, ooh.
But far as the movie and what we saw, and again, some of it was a little rough. It wasn't all the way cut all the way through, or I don't know if that was possible or not, what it is. But it was great.
It's not released until
June 21st.
Yeah. So they have a little while to go, but it was really fun to get to see that.
And then they showed us the first official trailer outside. It hasn't been released yet to the public. So that was great to see that. And if you see our room moving, it's because the ship.
The ship is rocking pretty good. It's actually raining.
We're not even holding the camera. It's just moving.
Yeah, it's raining outside. But I definitely think this is going to be a huge movie this summer. It was so strange because there was this nostalgia in it. There was this funny part, there was scary, there was parts where you kind of almost wanted to cry, you laughed.
Yeah, so
so even in those 45 minutes that we probably saw, it was a roller coaster, and it was good and kept you on the edge of your seat. And when the whole presentation just finished, we saw the last clip. It's like, oh, we kept hoping you'd show more.
So this was the Craig Foster.
So he also went in.
He's the one we did a thing earlier with that day, about Pixar and his creative process. So he went into a little bit more of what his creative process was there with.
Now we did like signs for the park. There's some park scenes and signs for roads or advertising
and how he put in. Let's put. Easter eggs from other Pixar films, so you got to be on the lookout for them in this movie. We saw a couple of them, so we're not going to tell you what they are.
And it was kind of cool because he's saying the computer makes everything so crisp that sometimes they have to go in and digitally age items to be appropriate to the scene.
And so they showed us a lot of that stuff, which is really neat. So from there, unfortunately, that's when we went to our DVC thing. I wasn't feeling very well. So I came back to the room and literally went to sleep for I don't know how long. I woke up just enough to get something to eat and went back to sleep again.
So I'll take over the rest. I went to Tiana's place for dinner and ate with our table mates just so that Brad would have some peace and quiet and be able to fall asleep and hopefully feel better. So Tiana's place was a lot of fun. They put on a little show with her and a band and singing and Luis, and they did a parade through the restaurant. I forgot to review my meal. So I started out with a hot pot, which was a small little soup. It had some seafood in it. It was really, really good. And then after that, I got a second appetizer just because I wanted to try a few things. It was a charcuterie board, and half of it was good, half of it was okay. It was so I would have preferred the hot pot.
Some more me?
Yeah, I think you would have liked it. The hot pot I was worried would be spicy because it said like a pepper. So I asked our server, Servio, and he said, yeah, it can be spicy. I didn't taste any spice, but I really enjoyed that better. For dinner, I got the prime rib, which was excellent. And I actually brought one back for Brad, which you ended up eating.
I really didn't taste it. I just wanted to get something in my stomach, so I was really just trying to eat.
But it was really good. And then for dessert, I didn't finish either one because it was so much food. The bayonets were good. It had like a chocolate espresso dipping sauce. But I like the ones
we lost Forky.
We lost Forky.
Maybe it's trying to go to the trash can.
Oh, don't go there. Naughty, naughty. Anyways, once you see the film, you'll understand that one. So you'll have to come back after June 21st and understand our little joke there. Anyways, so the bayonets in the Disney parks are better. Sorry, I like the dipping sauce with it, but these tasted a little doughy.
Okay.
I don't know. And then I got the second dessert, the chocolate cake, and it was really good. So I came back to check on Brad, and he was out and he was going to eat and wanted to go back to sleep. And so my table mates had asked if I just wanted to go to the show and hang out with them. And I said, sure, that sounds like a good, fun thing. So we went and watched Match Your Mate. Oh my. Okay. So if you do not want to be embarrassed, if you do not ever want to share the most intimate details of your relationship, do not pick to be contestants of Match Your Mate. It was funny. I think the whole theater was laughing. It was some points embarrassing and awkward for the people up there. But it was a good time, and I wouldn't have wanted to miss the show. So it was overall a really good day. So it went by too quick. Again, I'm going to tell you, there is not enough time on a Disney cruise to fit everything in. And then times that by a DVC membership cruise, and you really don't have time.
So with that, I think we need to say goodbye. Bye. And find your magic. Bye, everybody.
Bye.